Welcome back to another weekly roundup of cloud gaming news brought to you by yours truly. Remember, if you want to stay up to date with all the latest in cloud gaming, be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and if you enjoy the content, be sure to give the video a like. But for now, let's jump into the news and let's kick things off with some Stadia news. So a few weeks ago, we talked about the Stadia application becoming available for unsupported Android devices, asterisks, at your own risk of reduced performance. So that definitely opened up the platform to more people, but maybe those people want to take their experience from their phone screen, to a big ass TV. So the news this week is that Stadia has actually reduced the price of their Premiere Edition Starter Kit. The kit contains a Chromecast Ultra and a Stadia controller and previously came in at $129 and has now been officially reduced to $99 or £89. However, the kit previously did come with 3 months free trial of Stadia Pro. The new version does only come with 1 month free trial. With that said, individually, the Chromecast Ultra is £69 or dollars, and the Stadia controller is $69 or £59. So even with the reduced trial of Stadia Pro, it still works out to be a decent saving. Currently, this Chromecast Ultra setup is the only official way to experience Stadia on your TV. Of course, recently we've talked about SDK breakdowns, which have hinted at the Stadia application becoming available natively to TVs running the Android OS. So I'm curious, let me know in the comments down below, do you think this is a good deal worth jumping on now? Or do you think it's worth waiting it out and waiting for more details on the official Stadia TV application? And in a follow-up to a Stadia news story we covered recently, the state share feature, which is set to be released into beta alongside the release of Crayta, which is a timed exclusive being released to Stadia on July 1st. This week we've had a better look at how that feature would actually work in a real-world situation when being used with Crayta, with this video showing off somebody streaming Crayta on YouTube, creating a state share link within the game, and then sharing that link on their stream, which allows their viewers to instantly join the game using the browser. It's definitely looking cool, and obviously these are the kind of features which Google promised us at the announcement of Stadia. We've just taken a long time to get here. So with that closer look of what it would actually look like, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And finally, and this part is literally for my own interest, if you're a Stadia user, did you jump on the Elder Scrolls Online release this week? And if so, what did you think? Because having no prior knowledge of the game, but always hearing good things, it's always ranked in like the top 5 of MMORPGs. A group of us jumped on when it was released on Stadia on Tuesday, and within an hour we had all given up because it was bad. It was real bad. So my own interest, what do you think of ESO? Let me know. Moving on to GeForce Now. And usually when I say that, it's followed by bad news.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
But this week we've had the official announcement that one of the big publishers who left and took all of their games with them in the original GeForce Now kerfuffle have returned. Yes, Square Enix has come back to GeForce Now, bringing with them 14 of their titles, including Deus Ex, Just Cause 3 and 4, the Tomb Raider series, and more. And of course, I'll leave a link to that full list in the description down below. A spokesperson from Nvidia has stated this move was due to the recent opt-in model that GeForce Now moved to at the end of May, which allows publishers to explicitly choose which games they want to opt in to be available on the platform. It's important to note that not all titles have returned. These are just the ones that Square Enix has decided to opt back in, which raises an interesting point. Why these titles are not others like Final Fantasy or Octopath Traveler, which were previously available before. And also, could Square Enix just be the first of many? With them just being the first to make the move, could we see the likes of Activision Blizzard or Bethesda following suit? While we're talking about good news for GeForce Now, Nvidia has also stated that they are working with the Epic Game Store to make the Epic Vault available on GeForce Now. This of course being the weekly selection of free games available on the Epic Game Store. Free tier of GeForce Now, free Epic Game Store games.
Pineapple pen.
Which leads us to, can you believe it, more good GeForce Now news. This week the Founders tier of GeForce Now, which has been sold out for several months now, has become available to both the UK and the US. I'll link to my full video on GeForce Now where we go over the differences between the two tiers, but essentially the Founders tier, you are getting priority access to virtual machines, which means there's no queuing. You're getting extended playtime of up to 6 hours compared to just 1 hour on the free tier, and also access to RTX hardware, which will allow you to turn on ray tracing for supported games. You'll note one difference now that the tier is back. It no longer comes with that 90-day free trial period. Essentially, people who originally managed to get the Founders tier, their free trial has run out. It's no longer available to new customers. Nvidia is getting pretty serious. The first hit was free, but now it's gonna cost you.
That, children, was the first time I
for crap.
Next big news for Microsoft's Project xCloud, which remains quietly ticking away in their beta phase. Now, this news wasn't officially announced by Microsoft, instead coming by Twitter from the Verge's Tom Warren. Would it make me more comfortable hearing it direct from Phil? You bet, but we'll take what we can get. So Tom Warren has posted on Twitter, Microsoft is planning to upgrade Project xCloud servers to Xbox Series X hardware in 2021. At launch, Project xCloud will be powered primarily by existing Xbox One S blades. So we don't have an exact date or even official confirmation from Microsoft, but obviously this is big news for the service, in that it could be the first of its kind to officially support next-gen titles. I remember specifically after the Unreal Engine demo, we kind of talked about what cloud gaming providers would do to match the hardware needed to run next-gen titles, and clearly Microsoft have responded. I mean, not specifically to me, unless Microsoft, you there? So as stated by Tom, throughout its continued beta and even in its eventual launch, Project xCloud will continue to use Xbox One S components, but with the previous announcement that it will be bundled into Game Pass, and now this, the future for xCloud is looking very interesting. And with that, let's finish off on some quick bits. As I've been trying to do recently, I'll keep trying to point you towards free games wherever I see them, just to get you through, well, at this point, 2020. First up, the Steam Game Festival Summer Edition has officially started. From June 16th to June 22nd, you can watch exclusive live broadcasts of games with their developers and download hundreds of free demos of games set to be released in the coming year. Next on the Epic Game Vault, which obviously we've already talked about, from Epic Game Store, currently Pathway is available for free, with them already announcing next week's games, which are Air Memories of Old and Stranger Things 3, the game. Next, if you're a subscriber to Xbox Game Pass for PC, games recently added to that service include Dungeon Endless, Battletech, Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2, No Man's Sky, big one, and Bard's Tale. And finally, just in case you missed it, self-plug, I'll link to last week's video where we checked out the Razer Kishi controller, which is compatible with all of the services we have talked about in this week's video. But that's it from me, so if you enjoyed the video or found it somewhat helpful, a like rating would be appreciated. If you have not already, remember to subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications. Hope everyone's staying safe out there, and as always, I shall see you in the next one.